welcome to J8xstuff. This is number 2, J8xstuff number 2, my second video on my channel. And what we're going to do today is, since I was talking about, I'm going to switch to, since I was talking about DCXtended number 1, what do we got for, oh shoot. Since I was talking about that and playing it, I'm looking over at my OBS output screen. I thought we would play it, show it. I showed some video from it when I was describing in my first video about making the Battlefield 2 Decon X version of it, my little homage to it. And what I'm doing is I'm waiting for a helicopter so I could fly over to the, is it another one up here there? So I could fly over to the village to start. I'm going to do some other stuff, but I figured I was talking about sniping from the wall, and I showed you a bit of that. But we're going to do some more stuff, and we're also going to we're also going to play some no-fly zone. We're going to go into that map. But first things first, I'm flying over some bases. I'm going right to cap the flag on the village that I assume, but I could be wrong. I'm assuming that it is Tali Abu Dahir, the village of that. And I am totally wrong. I'm probably totally wrong. See how I changed this? If you'll notice, if you remember, if you saw the other video, oop, he's firing at me. I straightened that road out, you know, because progress. Yeah, so I'm flying over this flag here. Eject. Do my shoot. I'm gonna land on the roof, aren't I? Yes. Man. Yeah, well, only hurt a little bit. Okay, probably got a bunch of blue guys. And maybe, oh, there's an A10 I hear. I'll give you some information about this. Whether or not you watched my first video of this, like I was just saying a few minutes ago, I made this map my homage to it in Battlefield 2 Decon X. We've already said that, but I'm just going to do some things here. I actually ended up playing this level after I made the other video there, and so I said, why don't I just record playing it, whatever. And if you're interested in it, awesome. If you're not, that's fine, whatever. So yeah, usually what I do is I cap this flag, and also want to note that I usually can't hit these guys, but well, I hit them. In this level here, what is it? Tab? Yeah, there are way more US guys, you know, just to keep them busy. Because if I'm on the US, if I'm on the US side and I come over here, the Iraqi guys won't try to take this village. They are more interested in the one in the middle. So I basically set up a scenario which I know there are going to be blue guys coming up. There aren't now, but usually a blue guy will sneak in somewhere and take this flag back. But we got some red guys. We got some red. Is that a red guy? Yeah, it's a red. That's a red guy. You should look down there. Yeah, I don't think it's going to be happening here. most likely edit this video down to to cut out all these blank parts, these empty parts, these parts of nothing happening. I got an AA gun here in case that A10 comes around again. But this is one of the things I like to do in this, as I was explaining in the first video, and mostly it was during co-op play, and if I didn't want to go nuts, if I just wanted to mess around a bit, I would just be up here, you know, and make it different, which might not be happening so much right now, but what I'll do is I'll run down here and I'll grab a vehicle. Probably take an armored vehicle rather than a car or something like that. There's a bunch of guys. Let me take this to where I can get an armored vehicle. And I gotta check the playback of this video here, just to make sure all the volumes are good and stuff. Alright, here we go. At least I can get this video started, and you'll probably see some edits here, some stops and starts again. And yes, the other stuff. I'm playing this on Windows 10, Professional, Windows 10, and a lot of trouble. I alluded to this in the first video as well. It's just a lot of trouble getting this to work in Windows 10. Well, it's easy if you just give in to the fact that you can't have it at an optimal resolution. I'm running this in 1280 by 800 or something like that. That's the only way it would run. You can't run it in 1080p or or anything like that, because any blue guys come in here? It would crash. It wouldn't load. All right, so I just pull in here. And yeah, you have to run it with Windows XP, Service Pack 3 compatibility, all that other stuff, and the resolution, knock it down to play. Now I can play Battlefield 1942, Battlefield 2, Battlefield 1942, and Desert Combat mods just fine. It was DCXtended had trouble with that. And I looked around out there on the internets, the Googles and stuff, just to see what the issue was, and I never really found an adequate answer. Ooh! That was fun. Alright, since I'm not sniping, I'm going to switch to anti-aircraft. Okay. It puts me way over here. Oop. Puts me way over here. If I'm at the right spot.
Papa Bear to all units.
Yeah, Papa Bear.
We have lost contact with an outpost. You are ordered
Which
to reinforce immediately. Out.
Which one is that? Oh, it's the village. Okay, so this, yeah, it puts me way across on this little bridge here, and I hope to a little difficult to see if to get any sort of multiplayer going with the Battlefield 2 version, my version, but I want to try to. Oh, jeez. I obviously don't have this guy really well. Oh, that's a blue guy. you? Yeah. Yeah. No, there's that 810, man. Give me some anti-aircraft. These random blue guys. Now, I know that's easy kill, but one of these guys will have some sort of thing to destroy this. Oh, is that a blue guy down there? I was gonna say it's a little difficult to see sometimes. Why did I see a blue name tag? No. What are we gonna do? Let's go back to sniping because I think that did they? Oh, they're still trying to fight over the village flag. On my back here again. Oh no, I'm in that little village that's just below the big village, which I had a blast remaking this one in my level. Okay, now we go up here, and it's going to be U.S. A whole bunch of U.S. guys. Yeah, it's like... Where? This guy over here too? Yep. A lot of blue. A lot of blue guys. They took this. Yeah, I was starting to say a number of times that it's hard to see in this level because it's rather dark. It's actually okay as I'm going NDIS to OBS. How's that for all the letters? I am streaming this with the NDIS. NDI plugin, send it over to OBS to my recording computer, the J8xstuff computer. I guess all the blue guys have gone. Yeah, okay. When you're playing also massive multiplayer, and everything tends to gravitate towards this village here. You can hide up in the second floor. It was a blast, you know. And I'm doing all this for nostalgia's sake, you know what I mean? You can hide up here and ambush somebody trying to take this flag from you. It just was fun, you know. And also to reiterate once again that sometimes there's a blue guy here, sometimes there's a blue guy there. That's really what this is about. And I'm going to gradually, I'm going to move up to the decon stuff, the Battlefield 2 stuff, just to do some of the stuff that interested me. It was as you know, interested, kept my interest. I had fun doing this, either it was multiplayer or co-op or whatever. See, there's the second floor up there. It was fun, and not to take away from this, but I'm just showing anybody that wants to watch this what I used to like about this. And yeah, I was talking about this. It's a little dark. They didn't the guy who did this, and if I get my paper, I'll find out who. I'll remember who it was. It was Patrick Havens, who made this level, and because I had another video, like I said in my other video, I said that he gave me a little shout out. Says, you know, nice job as the original Mac maker. Yeah, and yeah, there's no shadows here, and sometimes people will say it's not bright enough, but actually, in my opinion, when you're massive multiplayer, well, massive for this what was it, 32 players total, 16 aside or something like that. If you're talking about that, it makes it a little bit more interesting. It's just not like every other map. I think the plan was probably to put shadows here and sunlight or whatever, but this is good too because it's a little hard to tell what's going on sometimes, and that can be a good thing. It makes it interesting, you know. Let's see. Gonna go over the bridge here. And they don't really, well, they do this a little bit in this level, but they don't really, the bot players, oh, I want to take that A10 down maybe with this. The bot players don't take out the bridges much unless they're pre-programmed to, oh yeah. No. But everything, is that a guy up there? See, it's hard to tell. It's hard to tell where the... That's our guy. That's a red guy. Oh, the bots are pretty good because they're kicking my butt here. Oh, that's right. I just have a sniper rifle. Yeah, nice. But maybe if I die here, I will go to the other. Oh, there's a blue guy. Oh, come on. Up. Yeah, he got me. Okay, so now I'm gonna go back to the. And do some heavy artillery. I'm gonna look for a helicopter, and I'm gonna take out some. Gonna take out some A10s. Gonna take out some bot players. Now, is it bright? Yeah, it is bright enough, which is good. All right. Now you can see my mad skill for flying helicopters. All right. Now, can I get this way? It's down by this ship here. It's gonna be a little hard. I think it's down by the ship. Yep, yeah it is. Yeah, I don't think so. I think I have to get out of the helicopter to do that. Yeah, I'm not gonna bother trying. Alright, so let's go kill some bad guy. In this case, the blue guy. Oh, somebody blew up that bridge. So, anti-aircraft. And since this is co-op, they're just a bunch of guys that are just going to hang out here. And I was saying that I just have a few planes in my level that I did of this, because I didn't want to be the focus of, you know, an air battle. And there's a little bit more upon playing this game a little bit more. There's a little bit more aircraft. I didn't think there was. I forgot that there was a bit more aircraft, different kinds of aircraft here. So you can do air battle. Oh, somebody didn't like me there. You can do some air battles here with more aircraft, but I didn't like that. I like this, you know, with the helicopters. Oh, where is this guy? Remember when I was talking about a little difficult to see them? That's what makes it the challenge. Oh, okay. I see a vehicle. Yeah. Well, I'm probably gonna. Yeah. All right. All right. So we're gonna go. What do we got? What do we got over here? Do I want to go? Let me do my. We do that there. We got a lot of the base. We've got the mountain one. All right. How far away did this put me? All right. So if I have a vehicle of some sort, I can get back out. There you go. Turn around and look where the vehicles are. And I want to get to that other base to demonstrate maybe some sniper action. Alright, now we get back. These are the things that I liked about this level was you got this other group of houses here, spawn point that's set off, you know, away from the main spawn point. And like I was saying, my opinion is that this wasn't quite finished enough because they wanted to get it done to get it out. So some things hadn't been, like more work on the buildings, but I mean the idea of it, the layout of this is awesome. As far as, let me go get up there. As far as the, you know, the idea of the buildings and stuff like that, and I'm sure all of these were made by scratch, pieced together. I don't know exactly if it's all Desert Combat stuff, DCXtended stuff, or even Battlefield 1942 stuff. I want to go to the big mountain hilltop flag. If I can get there without getting killed, that's cool too. I think there's a lot of blue guys down here, but usually I can just blow right by them. Unless they're in the way. How's it looking? Is it still recording over there? Okay. Yeah, this is usually taken. If I'm the red guy, the Iraqi side, this is usually the blue guys usually keep taking this one, the U.S. Which that's what they're supposed to do. Is to is this a red guy? No, this is the blue guy. Oops.
Papa Bear to all units. Red dog. Casualty count is high. Move to reinforce outpost immediately. Now.
Nope. I did enough damage to... Really? Oh, not one of those. Oh, it's one of my guys. Okay, good. Sorry, guy that I tried to kill. But, really? But it is good because it makes them actually get out of my guys get... Got him, good. Makes my guys get out of the vehicle if they're just, you know, sitting there spinning their wheels, which they'll do because they're bots. Alright, so I will go up here, probably see if I can get a big helicopter. Right in the middle of the road. Is that a red guy? Yeah, it's another red guy. Those are cool tanks, tankish things. They've got kind of truck wheels and a tank turret on top. I forget what it's called. It was pretty cool. Those are fun. Yeah, this part, recreating this part in Battlefield 2 was difficult. Like I said, because of the terrain and how I imported the terrain from this. Oh, what a perfect example to talk about what I was talking about before. If you're watching the whole series of videos that I'm doing, well, actually, I didn't plan on doing this, but like I said earlier, I was after doing that first video, I was like, I want to play it more. So I was playing it, and well, let me record playing it to give you more of an idea of, because I was talking about the sniping from the village, the big village there, and that's not all you can do. Go number 1. And hopefully I can finish thoughts that I started here. As I tend to go off on tangents. Hopefully whatever will make the editing. Oh, now let's see. This is hard. These chopper battles. It's not really a battle. It's this guy here. These don't do as... okay, that worked. I gotta reload though. It eats up a lot. There you go. Anti-aircraft there. I usually will go here and kill a few of them as they're coming to this bridge. And find which anti-aircraft guy tried to kill me. The jerk. Is he around here? Once again, it being difficult to tell who's what. You can't really see, obviously, you're up in a helicopter, so it's more difficult. It's difficult to see players just because the blue don't pop up, or their name, whether it's red or blue, doesn't pop up until you're, oh, that's a red guy, until you're aimed right at him. So, there's a guy over to my left. Ooh, we got that. We got that base. But there's a blue guy around here. Let's go see if there's some... my mad chopper skills. Yeah. Which, this base here. Just pepper the area there with... and we'll try to take that flag. And not die trying. Oh, there he is. There's usually... I will just sit in that car there. Alright, who's here? Is that guy in that vehicle? No. So I get the flag. Like I said, I get the flag. I'm on. Is there a blue guy? No, there isn't. I get the flag, and then I go, and I get the armored vehicle. It's probably a Bradley. No, it's the BDRM, what it's called. I'm getting reacquainted to what these were called. Get a little health going here. And also, if you're watching this video, thank you. Just my little trip down memory lane. I'm going to go out the back door. My little trip down memory lane. And the first part of my regression to my younger self is piggybacking off of the first video I made, like I've been explaining, and actually playing some DCXtended Tali Abu Dahir. Pronunciation, please. So if you're watching me do this, thank you. Awesome. And I have more up my sleeve. The next part of this video, we'll just tack it onto the same video, is do some no-fly zone, which is fun. I got killed, you know, in my little armored vehicle. So what I'm going to do now is see how far away I am from... I'm going to take a helicopter. I'm going to take the helicopter to that U.S. base on the docks. Well, that's good. Give them something else to go for. And then I'll probably switch to no-fly zone. And fly some jets. I'll probably parachute in. And I think here is... Did they take out this bridge? No, they didn't take out the bridge. Alright. There was also a lot of good multiplayer against real people. A lot of good multiplayer battles on this ship for this flag. And how... there no...
Go 4-7 to base. We have occupied an outpost and are awaiting further instructions. Over.
Oh, here we go. Yeah. Just wondering how many blue guys were over here. Is that a blue? No. I need some sort of heavy artillery vehicle or something like that. Yeah. These are pretty good. Where is it? Yeah. Is he coming back? Yeah. Well, does that destroy? That'll make the highlight reel. Not too damaged, too badly, but Yeah, lots of awesome battles here against real people online. Oh, radar missile truck. I don't know how good this will be. Because you have the warehouse, and you can go in the warehouse, and for gun battles and stuff like that. So now where am I? Oh God. I killed him. Sort of. Where are you? Where am I? And I also realized that, me playing this is a little subdued. It's not like it was intended to be. But yeah, this is when you play against bots or whatever. Sometimes it's not all. It's all yelling and screaming. And is this guy coming over here? Oh, that's probably a sign. It's the road sign. That's why I'm not. I'm gonna end this now, and then switch over to. Son of a. There was another blue guy there. That's fine. But anyways, I'm gonna switch over to no-fly zone, do some stuff with that. But this will give you an idea of some of the things, some of the ways to play this. And here we have DC no-fly zone, and I believe, if I got my versions right, Desert Combat did no-fly zone, and DCX has their version of it, just so I can make sure I got all the versions correct. And I'm just going to load this one up here. Details about this, like I said, Windows 10, blah blah blah. It's what, 1280 by 800 or something like that. It runs pretty good. I'm going NDI, New Tech NDI over to. I do want that there. Yeah, New Tech NDI plug-in over to OBS. Recording it that way, which it does. This does really well, actually. Well, we took my jet. That's okay. All right. So, and I heavily favored the coalition this side, the U.S. on this side, and it's 2-1 in favor of the Iraqi side, the red guys. So there's more of them, less of us. Which is cool. Is that me flying? Alright, so we're off. We're off to the races. Yeah, it's heavily in their favor, which means that there are a lot more jets and a lot more things to shoot down. I will pretty much do the highlights here. These are hard to catch. I don't know why I'm bothering with it, but wasted a lot of missiles there. Where am I? I usually just head right to the base because there are so many red guys in jets now. They're out trying to get the flags. But sometimes no. Sometimes, being that this is co-op, they'll just be gathered in some place and, not taking off in the jets. So I go and I kill them. Oop. I go and I kill them on the base here, so they'll go and get a jet. This is co-op play. This isn't real guys. So it doesn't matter if you are Oh, there's two blue A10s. It doesn't matter if you're base camping on this, because there's so many of them, and you don't want them all just running around their base. Oop. You don't want them just running around their base, not doing anything useful. And pretty soon they're going to end up camping, you know, like over our base anyways, because they'll get all the flags, you know, and I can go out and I can go get, you know, get the flags here, take the flags, but you know, there's so many of them, so I just want dogfighting. That's an easy one there. Not so easy, is it? All right. Yeah, this is a cluster. Yeah. Geez, I hardly saw that one coming. All right, so yeah, I'll just get one of my jets. Yep. And once they start in co-op play, once they start just camping our base here, the jets, just the enemy jets coming over here, it's good to do anti-aircraft with these missiles here. They're fun. There's lots to do, you know, lots of fun you can have, even in co-op here on your own base. But yeah, to talk about graphics wise, you know, for the time, obviously this was really, really good. Now, I mean, this is all right now. You know, this is the idea that this could be a fun game to play, even on just a lowly laptop. Pretty much anything you could, and I believe even like an Intel integrated graphics would handle this no problem. Now let's go. It's just a trick of getting it to run. I know this specific DCXtended, and there's not at the right base. You know, there's a lot of stuff out there. I couldn't find it if it was about how you could run. A lot of problems with running DCXtended. They're talking about running it in compatibility mode and stuff like that. Some people did get it to run, but I don't know if I found that they didn't have to knock the graphics down to 1280, you know, in order to get it to load. Oh my God, these guys. Did I run into this? I ran into this problem before. And this isn't a game that you can. Where's all the red guys? Why aren't they? This isn't a game that you can just jack the anti-aliasing up or the anisotropic filtering, you know, the filtering to make it look better. If you jack that up, which you can jack it up. It doesn't really affect the frames per second, the FPS. But it kind of, if you look up at the top there, the F3s, F4s, and all this stuff, it looks kind of janky. That's because it's the anti-aliasing, the AA, and the anisotropic filtering does that. It makes it look like that, and also the game doesn't look that great. Just makes it look too fuzzy. Blah blah blah. So, I got a guy who wants to play. Where'd you go? Let's play. Oop. Is that you? Where are you? This. Come on. And you just spin like this until you get them in your sights. Of course, course, I left my sights yellow here. I should have changed the color, but whatever. So there's your dog fighting and no-fly zone. It actually didn't take me too long to do that. I don't have to do too much editing to make it like, oh wow, finally got a kill. There we go. It's one of those SUs, the SU-20. And some of them just fly straight and narrow. They don't do any. They're not programmed to do any sort of air battle. Some do. Some are good. Alright. And I forget what plane that high-pitched whistle jet engine you hear. I forget what plane that is. Ooh, somebody's shooting me. Is that a red guy? I got it. My call sign, whatever, my logo, my clan, RDZ, just to talk about that. RDZ is just something, actually my brother just come up with it just randomly, because back in the heyday here of playing online or whatever, there were clans and stuff like that, and he's just like, you know, I think somebody's asking him, what clan are you? Geez, I don't know. RDZ. So that's why we have that. Ooh. Yeah. Okay, so there you go. That's no fly zone. Just a bit of that. And just to, let me just go into here, just to show you. And I spawned and then I immediately ran to a plane. But just to give you an idea, when just to take you back for a second, when we first, my brother and I specifically, we first spawned, we installed the DCXtended mod for Battlefield 1942, and we spawned out here. When I say we had a setup, I would play at my house, my stuff, but then I more or less migrated a computer over to my brother's place, because I had acquired two big, the old picture tube. It was a half computer monitor and half TV, you know, big. Was it 32-inch or something like that, 35-inch or something ridiculous. It could run 800 by 600, so it could run this. And anyway, so we had a setup side by side at his place, and we, like I said, we installed DCXtended. It was new. We ran the Desert Combat mod for this. So yeah, so installed DCXtended, and we're looking for levels to load up, you know, maps to play, and we see these popular ones, the no-fly zone. We saw that, and we loaded it up and spawned like right here, and it was what they call a slideshow. It was just, we knew it just, the frames per second dropped to like 1 frame a second, and it was pure chaos here. Obviously, all these planes were taken off, and at that time, the enemy jets were coming in. These are real players. This was in co-op. This is online against other people, and it just was, it was utter chaos. And we immediately we exited the game, because I think we're actually dragging down the frames per second of the other players. I think that's what would happen. So we exited, and we would try to figure out, ways we could come in. We knocked our graphics down to 640 by 480, this other stuff, just so we could see what this. Because like I said, the first time we spawned about right here, and we're like looking because there's tons of planes and whatever, and just it was just utter chaos. And well, like I was saying in the first video, we need to get better graphics cards. We need a better computer. I think it was first it was graphics cards, and then CPUs, processors to upgrade them. Back then, if I can talk about that, is it was a Pentium 4 2.4 gigahertz processor, and I think 1 gigabyte of RAM, and the NVIDIA 6800. I'm just trying to remember. 6800 was really good for back then, and the GeForce 4. I think the GeForce 4 was what we were running, and we had to get like better versions of those. And then this was playable, but like we were only running 800 by 600 back then, for resolutions and stuff like that. You can 1024 by 768, was really good if you could run that. Okay, so that was DCXtended, or DC No Fly Zone, which I enjoyed very much. One of the other levels, I played these two levels, Tali Abu Dahir and No Fly Zone, because I referenced them, and you get the idea. If you're familiar with DC and DCXtended and those levels, you know how fun they were. There's just a certain place I want to go with this, as far as making videos about. I have interests like the computers and updating computers and things, things I want to do a video about. Like I said, it's not necessarily a tutorial, but with hardware, because there are so many people out there that do that, your Linuses and your J8xstuff and stuff like that. But it's just, I have to change, like a video card. I've got a Vega 64 that runs a little warm, so I was thinking on taking it apart and redoing the thermal pads and thermal paste on it, make a video about that. With that, I'll end this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have a comment, leave a comment. If you have a question, like I said, ask me a question. There's just so many things that I did, but there are certain things that I just want to make a video about that interested me, and to say it again, it caught my interest back then. I wanted to play these video games. I did the Half-Lifes, and Half-Life 2, and they're awesome, but there are certain games that I still want to keep on my computer, and I still want to play every now and then, even if it's just co-op, even if it's just whatever. I play El Alamein on a DC Final, whatever, a mod, and I'll go into that one, and I'll do like just do missiles and knock down planes or whatever, just because it's fun. You don't have to do like a campaign or a huge battle or anything like that. It's just it's more or less just like playing pinball. Anyways, so I'll end this video, and like I said, any questions, any comments, leave them. Thank you if you did watch this. So this is J8xstuff, and we'll see you again.